welcome back everyone, glad you can join us again. Been quite a lot going on. I know I haven't been getting much done with Triggers Broom lately, but hopefully we'll get some of that done today. I've been quite busy. We just came back from camping last week, went up to Loch Lomond, lovely weather, it was really nice. We took the canoe with us, so we were able to paddle around on the lake, on the loch for a few days and stop off at some of the islands there, so really nice. The Honda 90, which I stripped the engine down the other week, I've rebuilt that and it's back in the bike. I had to get pushed on with that because we're racing this weekend with it down at Anglesey, so hopefully everything goes alright there. And by the time this video goes out, we'll have probably finished the race by then. Right, other things. Husqvarna, the little 65 two-stroke engine, I've got that stripped down on the bench still waiting for gears to come. There's a bit of a hold up there with them, so hopefully we'll have them soon and get that put back together. Looks like it's going to be next week now. Right, so it's been a long time, but we're getting back over Triggers Broom. Now, I'm just trying to push on. I have done a few jobs and tidying things up, just little bits and pieces, but today what I want to do is the headlight brackets. Now, I'm going to cheat. I went and bought these from eBay, little brackets. The aluminium, and they've got a chrome coating on, and they seem quite good for the price really. So I'm going to use them, and they come with these inserts where you can put them in and adapt the size of the hole to match your forks. So I'm going to put them on. Now they'll fit here, but don't know if you can see, but closely on the forks, round this area they've got some nasty scabs on, a bit pitted, and that's where there's been a headlight bracket or a shroud on in the past, and it's getting moisture and salt and whatever in there, and it hasn't been able to be cleaned because you haven't got access to it. But the bottom of the forks, apart from a little bit of paint on them, they're fine. So I just need a way of trying to cover this. So what I'm going to do is when I put those on, it's going to cover up some of it, but I've got a little bit top and bottom. I'm going to try and then put them right in the middle there. And what I found was this piece of aluminium pipe, and it's same diameter, inside diameter as outside diameter as the forks. So I'm going to make two little sleeves and put them one top and one bottom. And I've had a go at that. I don't know if you can see there in the camera, but I've polished this side so that, give it a test to see what comes up like, and it does come up quite nice, so it'll be good enough for that. Now the top and the bottom, because the dimensions of these will be critical, otherwise they'll rattle about. So to get round that, well, I've just got a socket here the same size to demonstrate it, but that's going to go on there. This has got the plastic insert in here, which doesn't look bad on that end, but the other end there's nothing, and the top and the bottom of the fork's nothing. So I went and bought some little O-rings to put on top of there, where they push up right up on the top and the bottom. Okay, now I was going to use them on here as well, but with the plastic insert, they disappear inside of that hole, so they're a bit too small. So I'm getting some with a fatter diameter. They're going to sit on top there. Okay, now normally would put it that way. I think I might even put it that way. It looks a little bit nicer seeing this on top than these plastics here as well, and they've got a split in where the two come apart, which you would see. So I think I may put them that way around. So first job, I'm going to take off the top yoke, try these in place, and then we'll also cut 4 pieces of tube and fit them in place and see how we get on with that. Right, so I've got the pipe now. We need to cut 4 sections of this, each of them 59mm. So what I've done, I've put a piece of tape onto here. I'm going to just measure off 59 in there. Now I'm going to wrap a piece of tape around so that we can follow a line to try and keep it as straight as possible. Now you don't want to use electrician's tape, because with electrician's tape it's PVC and it stretches, so you could wrap it round and end up the same place, but you can see there it's not straight. If you use masking tape though, masking tape doesn't give. If you try to bend it, it'll wrinkle. So if you put that on and it isn't straight, as you put it down, you'll end up where you've gone off. So you've got to get it exactly at 90 degrees. And then that'll give us a nice straight line to follow when we're sewing. So first of all, get it on your mark. Try and wrap it round and hopefully end up in the same place. There you go. That's ended up exactly right, exactly back in the same place. So I'm going to cut that, but I'm going to cut it slightly away as I go around with a hacksaw, so that we've got a little bit of error, a little bit of room for error, so I can file it down. I've got the soft jaws in the vise as well, so it causes little damage to the pipe as possible. Right, I've got all 4 of them cut now, so what I'm going to do now is go on the belt sander and just tidy the ends up a little bit. The other things which I've got to do, it's got a little bit of a ridge on the inside, which is where it's been sort of seam sort of welded or something, so I'll have to file that off a little bit just to make sure that it will slide on top of the stanchions okay, and we'll dress the ends up a little bit and go on the polishing machine and polish them up, okay? Right, so I've got all those 4 done. I've given them a bit of a quick polish over, but I'll probably say give them a better job when we do the final assembly. Anyway, just to brighten it up to see what it's going to look like. As you've seen on the video, I had to bore out the centre here. Even though I filed the ridge off, it still wasn't big enough to fit over the stanchions, so I bored them out a little bit on the lathe. Then I put one of those flap wheels, run that through just to take off the high spots. Right, so if I start to put these together, so we need one of the small O-rings. Let's let that down. Followed by one of the 4 colours. Then put one of these brackets on, but it doesn't need the ring on because it's got this plastic piece here. So let's see if I can get that to fit. Right, the next rubber, oh no, that next rubber's got to be the fat one. Pipes, and then a rubber on top of that, and then the same on the other side. So you got O-ring and the pipes, the bracket with the 2 spaces in. Large rubber, the other spacer, and then a smaller ring. Don't know if you can hear rattling there. It's their level sensor for the fuel warning indicator. Rattles in the tank. I'm hoping when it's got fuel in it's alright and you don't hear it. Right, next thing, the top yoke can go on now. And when we get the bolt on, that should pull that down. Now I need to get a couple of bolts for this headlight ball. The jury's still out on this one. I'm still not sure whether I'm going to use it. Going to see if I can come across something better, but if not, I'm going to blank off these holes, and that's going to be painted same colour as the bike. Anyway, we'll just put this on loose to see what it looks like. I will need to make some spaces if I'm keeping it. Just a little bit wide, these brackets for the headlight. Not too bad. I'm forgetting to put the speedometer in place so I can see what that looks like. Bolt in. Don't know what you think, but for my liking it's sticking out a little bit too far. Should be back about an inch or 2. But this is something which isn't permanent. You know, it's not as if, it's not like the frame where you've welded something on the frame. I can just disassemble that and put new brackets on at a later date if I want. I just want to try and get the thing finished. Looking at these, they don't look too bad. I thought they may have looked a bit bulky, but if you look at the diameter of the stanchion, that's 36, That's only about 38, if that. It's not much bigger. So unless it's pointed out to you, you probably not even noticed that that is actually fatter than that. But I think that looks not bad. So that's another job done. Now next time I'll see what I'm doing, maybe carrying on with Trigger's Broom, or there might be a couple of other things. I know somebody wants us to look at a Triumph 900 triple. There's a gearbox problem. We've still got the Husqvarna. I've just been hearing from the lad who's getting the parts though, there's a supply problem from KTM, so they may not be here till the end of the month, so we may have another 3 weeks wait for them. So we'll see how we get on, and after the weekend, you never know, I might have another 190 engine to rebuild. Anyway, thanks again for watching everybody. Until I see you again next time, stay safe.